This is one fact for every European country. In Albania, private cars were completely banned under communist rule. For decades, the only person allowed to own one was the country's dictator. Andorra might welcome millions of tourists every year for its ski resorts and duty-free shopping, but it has no airport and no train station. You can only get there by road. Austria once had a village called Fucking. Tourists kept stealing the road signs, so in 2021, the locals officially changed the name to Fugging. Belarus no longer has McDonald's. After the company pulled out, the entire chain was replaced with a local brand called McB with nearly identical menus and logos. Belgium has one of the most complicated political systems in the world. It has 3 regions, 3 governments and multiple parliaments that all overlap. In Bosnia and Herzegovina, there's a town called Visoko, where people believe a cluster of hills are actually ancient pyramids. Archaeologists disagree, but it still attracts thousands of visitors every year. Bulgaria is one of the few places in the world where people nod to say no and shake their heads to say yes. It confuses pretty much every tourist. Croatia is the birthplace of the necktie. Croatian soldiers in the 1600s wore cloth around their necks, which Franz Fason later turned into the cravat and eventually the modern tie. Cyprus is the only country in the European Union that's divided by a United Nations buffer zone. The northern third is run by a separate government that's only recognised by Turkey. The Czech Republic drinks more beer per person than any country on earth. In many bars and restaurants, beer is actually cheaper than bottled water. Denmark has a cultural concept called hygge. It describes that perfect cozy feeling you get from soft lighting, warm blankets and good company. Estonia offers something called e-residency. It lets people anywhere in the world start and run a European business without ever setting foot in the country. In Finland, there's an annual competition where men race through obstacle courses while carrying their wives on their back. It started as a joke and now attracts competitors from around the world. France once had a small commune where a cat ran for mayor. It didn't win, but the campaign posters were real and the locals took it seriously. Germany's Autobahn is famous for having no speed limit, and it's true, about 70% of the network has no enforced limit, making it one of the fastest legal road systems in the world. Greece has over 6,000 islands, but only around 220 are inhabited. Some islands are home to more goat than people. Hungary's language is unlike any of its neighbours. It's not Slavic or Germanic, it's part of the Finno-Ugric family, making it closer to Finnish and Estonian than anything nearby. Iceland doesn't use surnames the way most countries do. Instead, your last name is based on your parents' first name. So if your father is John, your name might be Johnson or Johnsdottir. Ireland is home to Europe's oldest known field system called the Seed Fields. It's over 5,000 years old, older than the pyramids. Italy has more UNESCO World Heritage Sites than any other country in the world. From ancient ruins to entire cities like Venice, the total stands at 59. Kosovo is one of the world's newest countries. It declared independence in 2008 and, although many nations recognise it, others, including Russia and China, still don't. Latvia is home to the widest waterfall in the world. It's called Ventas Rumba, and while it's only a few metres high, it stretches nearly 250 metres across. Lithuania made history in 1989 when 2 million people joined hands across Lithuania, Latvia and Estonia to form a human chain protesting Soviet rule. It was called the Baltic Way. Luxembourg may be tiny, but it has 3 official languages, Luxembourgish, French and German. It also has one of the highest GDPs per capita on earth. Malta has no permanent rivers or lakes. Nearly all of its drinking water comes from underground sources or desalination plants. Moldova is home to the world's largest underground wine cellar, Milesti Misi, stretches for over 200 kilometers and stores millions of bottles of wine. Monaco is one of the safest countries in the world, thanks in part to having 1 police officer for every 100 residents. Montenegro uses the euro as its official currency, but it is not part of the European Union or the Eurozone. The Netherlands has the tallest population in the world. The average Dutch man is about 6 feet tall. North Macedonia changed its name in 2019 to resolve a decades-long dispute with Greece over historical identity and territory. Norway built a doomsday vault on the Arctic island of Svalbard. It stores backup seeds for every major crop in the world in case of global disaster. Poland is home to what may be the world's oldest continuously operating restaurant, opened in 1275 and has served guests for over 700 years. I will not attempt to pronounce the name, but it is on screen. Portugal decriminalised all drugs in 2001. Instead of punishment, the focus shifted to healthcare. Since this policy change, drug-related deaths and infections have dropped dramatically. Romania has the world's heaviest building. The Palace of the Parliament in Bucharest weighs over 4 million tonnes and cost more than any other government building ever built. Russia spans 11 time zones. You can fly for 9 hours and still be in the same country. San Marino calls itself the world's oldest surviving republic. It was founded in the year 301 and has kept its independence ever since. Serbia is one of the few countries where both the Latin and Cyrillic alphabets are used interchangeably in everyday life. Slovakia has more castles per person than anywhere else in the world, over 180 in total. Slovenia was the first former Yugoslav country to join the European Union and the first to adopt the euro. Spain is one of the only countries in the world whose national anthem has no official lyrics. Sweden builds a hotel entirely out of ice every single year. It melts in the spring and is rebuilt from blocks cut out of a frozen river. Switzerland holds national referendums several times a year. Citizens vote directly on everything from pensions to healthcare and tax law. Ukraine built the largest airplane in the world, the Antonov An-225. It had 6 engines and could carry more weight than any aircraft ever built. And finally, the United Kingdom has the world's oldest working parliament. Inside the Palace of Westminster, there's a bar, a gym, and even a hair salon, just for politicians. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe.